be a fun, interesting, exciting game. Tank, how do you feel? Like, but 7 points is a lot of points, right? Against a team like the Packers. Or is it not? Would you feel comfortable laying a touchdown with the Eagles at home?
I wouldn't feel comfortable about it. We've seen the Eagles in similar setups where you felt like they should be able to dominate a team. And actually, this has been the theme of the Eagles, for throughout most of the season, where they'll start off fast in most occasions, and then they just kind of take their foot off the pedal
Yeah.
late in the game. I'm not sure if this is going to be that similar scenario this week. But what I can speak to is this: like the Green Bay Packers offensive line can be overwhelmed at times. And if you're thinking about a defensive front that can do that to them fairly easily, it would probably be that Eagles defensive front. I mean, along with the Dallas Cowboys, which we didn't see from the Dallas Cowboys. That's how they were able to upset the Dallas Cowboys in Lambeau. But now you have to go to Philly and play them in a primetime game. Well, I'm pretty sure like the Eagles are going to have their ears pinned back. They hear everyone talking in the media talking about, they barely beat a Colts team and that they lost to the Washington Commanders. They have some chinks in their armor. They're not the team that everyone thought they were. I mean, this could be a game where that offense clicks on all cylinders. They run the ball effectively. They have enough weapons on the outside to dominate you, whether it's with A.J. Brown or with Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts with his legs as well. I mean, so you can see a narrative to Philly going out there dominating. I wouldn't bet on it. So if you're looking at anything, let's see, the total is 46.5. I don't know if I have a strong feeling on that because I don't know what Aaron Rodgers and those guys are going to do on the flip side. Actually, right now, just talking through it, this would probably be something where I want to stay away. But I'm interested to hear what Jared thinks and see if he has a lean on something one way or another. But I do feel pretty good about that Eagles defense and how they match up against that Packers offense and being able to overwhelm.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
The Packers have a hot day with the Eagles defense that's only giving up 18 points per game this season. And the Packers defense adversely is allowing 27 plus points per game over the last couple of weeks. Jared, I don't even think this game is going to be close. But you know me, I'm down on the Packers. I'm over the Packers. I've been over them since the first week. But I look at the Eagles attack. They have the fourth most points in the league this season, going up against the Packers defense that hasn't been very good. And then the Eagles defense has been really good. I think this is going to be a 2-score game.
Yeah, seen a little bit of a battle here around the 7. I haven't seen it get to 7. And if it does get to 7, it's getting bought back pretty quickly or it's juiced. So again, if you want an indicator for the market being really bullish on a specific team, it's getting to a key number and then pushing through. Most of the time it gets to a key number and then it gets bought back. And then that's how you kind of know that, all right, this isn't a game where the sharps are all lining up on one side here. And I think that's the case. With this game, I think the 7 will be that magnet that we see a lot of the action hover around this week. The one thing I will say about Philly, and this is probably the most impressive thing I've seen maybe all season, Linval Joseph had the highest Pro Football Focus grade of any Eagles defender on Sunday. Dude just got into town like 3 days ago.
Coming off the street.
And Ndamukong Suh is 4th. So you bring in Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh, and you snap your fingers, and they're already 2 top 5 players on your defense. Now, granted, it was one game against the Colts, but the Colts want to run the ball, and that's what, especially Linval Joseph, I mean, that is what that dude does, space eater. You got to get 2 seats at him at the Thanksgiving table. But all of a sudden, you bring Linval back, and now you get Davis at some point coming back. You throw Suh into the mix. This now is a very formative. All of a sudden, you turn a weakness into a strength. So tip of the cap to Howie Roseman because immediately you see an impact with this Philly defense. Now, I'll say this about this game. You know how I love talking about the O-lines. These are arguably 2 of the best in football. I've got them both in my top 5 of the O-line rankings, especially if you get Bakhtiari and Jenkins. And we talked about this last week, how they moved Jenkins to the left side and they tag teamed him now with Bakhtiari. And then Runyon, the other guard on the other side. So this is a Green Bay offense that can still run the football, and that's going to be the matchup here. Can Linval Joseph now do it back-to-back weeks and play that high level against an offensive line that's going to run it right down your throat? So I don't know how that's going to work out because I'm not sure how Linval's physicality is after playing. I think he played like 40 snaps. So very impressive week 1 for him. Eagles got to win. Didn't look that great doing so, but they got to win. And I would probably lean to the 7 here, but I'm not going to be betting this game.